Hello. So we are live and I have to. I hope I'm audible. I should check. Hey, correct. So yes, I'm audible. Let me read my one of the favorite books. So the things that you can notice only when you slow down. How to be calm in this busy world. Okay. So I thought the thing is I was going to finish this book, but then I thought let's create some memory for future myself as well, and let's read some pages of it online because I love this book so much. So, three liberating insights. One spring day, as I turned 30, I looked into my mind and realized three things. The moment I realized them, I knew what I had to do to be happy. First, people are not as interested in me as I had always believed. First, this is the first point. People are not as interested in me as I had always believed. I cannot remember what my friend was wearing when I saw her a week ago, or how her makeup was, or what her hair was like. If I cannot remember, then why would she remember similar things about me? Correct. Although we do think about others from time to time, it is rarely for more than a few minutes. When we are done thinking about other people, our minds revert to what immediately concerns us. Why should we spend so many hours of our lives worrying about how we appear to others? Second, not everyone has to like me. After all, I do not like everyone, correct? Second, not everyone has to like me. After all, I do not like everyone. Certainly, for all of us, there are politicians, co workers, clients, and family members as we simply cannot stand. There's no need to torment yourself because someone dislikes you. Accept it as a fact of life. You cannot control how others feel about you. If someone does not like you, let if someone does not like you. Third, if we are brutally honest with ourselves, most things we do for others are in fact for ourselves. We pray for the well being of our family because we need them to be around. We shed tears because when our partner dies, because of the impending loneliness, we sacrifice our children in the hope that they will grow up in a way we want. Unless we become enlightened like the Buddha or Jesus, it is difficult to abandon our deep rooted preoccupation with ourselves. Stop worrying about what others think. Stop worrying about what others think and just do what your heart wishes. Do not crowd your mind with what ifs. Uncomplicate your life and own up to your desires. Only when you are happy can make help people a happier place. See, this book is like this book in mid this book have multiple beautiful pictures like that, and this book is not boring for sure. See, and there are 2 3 pages of continuous story. Then there are simple quotations, small quotations like this. First one says, "Do not let people's opinion of you determine who you are. Instead of worrying about what others think, devote yourselves to your dreams. When someone does not like us, it is not our problem but theirs. Not everyone will like us. This is a problem only we let it bother us. By complaining that something we have to do is too hard, we add another layer of difficulty. Correct. Take a deep breath and just do it. Correct, correct, correct. Write down on a sheet of paper the names of the places you want to travel to before you die, the people you hope to meet, the concerts you know you'll enjoy, the sports game you're dying to see, the restaurants you have to try. Then experience everything on the list, item by item. Nobody needs to know about the list. Allow yourself a little secret of your own. It will feel good to do something just for yourself. Correct? Let's do it. Let's do it. Life is like jazz. Much of it is improvised. We cannot control all the variables. We must live it with panic and flair, regardless of what it throws at us. We can love our family and pray for their happiness. We can give advice and help when needed, but we can neither make decisions for them nor make them act the way we want them to. There are many things we cannot control in life, that includes those closer to us. If you learn to play one sport well, it becomes easier to learn to play another. If you become fluent in one foreign language, you can more easily learn another. If you figure out how to run a small business, it will be easier to run a second or third one. Do not be envious of those who are good at many things. First learn to be good one. You will be soon be able to do two or three. A majestic tree is the first to be cut down and used for lumber, whereas a modest one lives on. Likewise, a real master conceals his virtue and never boasts of his excellence. Dream big, but start small. Dream big, but start small. A small adjustment can have a big effect on life. For example, if you want to be healthier, then start by going to bed a half hour earlier. If you want to lose weight, then start by drinking water instead of soda. If you have an important project to complete, then start by getting your desk organized. Correct. It's not the like tough. If you want to start doing big things, first you have to take the initial step, and that initial step will be very basic for sure. Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habit. Keep your habit positive because your habit become your values. Keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. Your mind cannot Your mind cannot hold two thoughts at once. This means that a single thought can occupy your entire mind. Whether good or bad, everything stems from a single thought. If we are careful with the first thought, even tragedies can be prevented. We prefer the right words to the wrong words. We prefer honest words to the right words. We prefer real acts to honest words. How you speak is often more important than what you say. And actions speak louder than words. Knowledge wants to talk, wisdom wants to listen. A foolish person thinks, I already know that. He keeps anything new from coming into his mind. A wise person thinks, I don't know the whole story. She opens herself up to even greater wisdom. An ordinary person mainly notices particular things he likes or dislikes. A wise person notices both the whole and the particulars. When you share your problems with your friends, you do not expect them to have the solution. You're just grateful they are there for you and willing to listen. If someone shares his problem with you, don't feel the need to have the solutions. Just listen sincerely. This is often more helpful. Correct. If you can't help them give a solution, the least you can do is listen them out. Correct. When I look deeply within myself, I realized what it is that I really want from others. Attentive ears that listen to what I am saying, kind words that acknowledge my existence and worth, gentle eyes that accept my flaws and insecurities. I resolve to be the person who around me. A bad driver breaks often. A bad conversationalist also breaks often, interrupting the flow. with his own stories. Correct, 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 correct. You can fool someone for a moment, but it is hard to fool someone for long. Time will tell if someone has spoken from his the heart or made things up to get what he wanted. Even if he got what he wanted with a momentary lie, the fact that he lied will stay with him until the day he dies. When there is no envy or expectations, even the wealthiest and most powerful person is just another human being. Only when we are envious of what he has or expect something from him do we become discontented or lose our composure. Swindlers love to sweet talk about future gains, insisting that things will work out if we listen to them. When our greed is awkward, we are cheated. A clever negotiator leads the other party to think they have won while getting everything he wants. Correct. If the other party feels flattered and superior and lets the clever negotiator have his own, it is the really negotiator that who has won. Correct. A cruel irony. The reward for someone who works hard is even more work. If we are weak to grant a favor, then people quickly forget their gratitude. Correct. If we are quick to grant a favor, then people quickly forget their gratitude. If we grant a favor with several conditions, then people express immense gratitude. The reward for someone who works hard is even more work. Correct. The future. Now we are on the seventh chapter that says the future. Then chapter 8 is spirituality. I think yeah, 8 chapters are there in this book. I finished five, six, sorry, and seven, eight. Last two are pending. How long I have been streaming? For 12 minutes, correct? Correct. One word of encouragement can change the future. Unlike in Christianity, there are many thousands of scriptures in the Buddhist tradition. Some are highly philosophical, others are mainly stories that contain important life lessons. My favorite is the Lotus Sutra, which has both philosophical teachings and didactic narratives. Like with any sacred text, the more I study it, the more I am awed by its depth. As I was reading the Lotus Sutra again recently, one chapter in particular, Prophecy of Enlightenment for 500 Disciples, caught my attention. It described the Buddha giving a prophecy of complete enlightenment to his 500 disciples, telling them that they will all become Buddhas after a certain period of time. A prophecy of enlightenment in the Buddha's guarantee as well as his prediction of when and at what point his disciples will reach the final stage of Buddhahood. Hearing the Buddha's encouraging words about the future, the 500 disciples are elated and make a vow to engage continuously in spiritual practice. Whenever I come across the story of the Buddha's prophecy, it reminds me of my elementary school teacher, Miss Lee, who predicted great things about my future. By all measures, I was just an average kid. I was of average height and came from a middle class family. I was not the brightest student, but neither was I a troublemaker. I remember Miss Lee as a strict woman in her mid 30s. She has one son who attended the same school. I knew him quite well because we have been in same class the previous year. One day, as I was walking across the yard after school, Miss Leeson came up to me and invited me over to play at his house. He said, He said his parents had bought him some new toys. I was very much tempted but was afraid I might run into Miss Lee. Understanding my hesitation, my friend assured me that his mom rarely come home before 4 o'clock. I agreed to play with him only if I could leave before 4 o'clock. We had a lot of fun playing with his new toys. I became absorbed in playing and completely forgot about the time when the front door swung open and my teacher walked in. So yes, I agreed to play with him only if I could leave before 4 o'clock. We had a lot of fun playing with his new toys. I became absorbed in playing and completely forgot about the time when the front door swung open and my teacher walked in. I tensed up, worried that I would be chastised for playing instead of doing my homework. To my surprise, Miss Lee greeted me with a big smile. She spoke to me warmly and gave me a hug as I thought I was her son. In her embrace, I realized she was actually a kind and loving person, but she had no choice but to appear strict at school because she had to maintain control over the class. She gave me a snack She gave me a snack that gave my friend and only on special occasions. As I ate it, she stroked my head gently and said, "You are going to be a good student and a role model for your friends. I trusted that you will become a great person who brings wisdom and happiness to a lot of people." So that's what this guy is talking about. How the small appreciation that the female teacher gave made him believe. It encouraged him that he will be surely something different, something great, something better than all of his friends, and he will be something that he himself and his friends will be proud of. And he's saying, "My young heart was moved beyond words. After the day, I studied very hard and tried to be role model for the other students since Miss Lee had put her trust in me. I was determined not to disappoint her. I think I have become who I am today thanks to what she said to me that afternoon. Without her kind words, I would not have had the confidence to excel academically or to become a professor or a spiritual teacher. According to the Lotus Sutra, the Buddha makes the prophecy for his about his disciples because he has a supernatural ability to foresee what they would achieve and the final stage of Buddhahood. But I do not think they automatically attained enlightenment because they received the Buddha's prophecy. I think it has to do a lot with the Buddha's faith in them, which motivated them to work harder to accomplish what their teacher predicted. Like Mr. Lee words to me, the Buddha's trusting words and his loving gaze transformed the lives of his 500 disciples. One word of encouragement said with kindness and hope can change a person's future the way it did for 500 disciples and for me. See, such a beautiful page designed. So actually, I'm loving this book. Why? What a book. Okay, so right now the streaming is of 22 minutes. I'm on page number 206. How many more pages I have to read? 265. I have to read 60 more pages. I think I can finish it by today itself. In night, I will stream again since I want to finish this book. Yeah, correct. Okay, then. See you guys. See you in the next stream. Maybe night or something. Yes. Bye bye.